Alright guys, so last night I had a dream. This isn't going to be in chronological order of the dream because this one's kind of hard to tell, but at some point I was something about Japan. Like I was thinking about, I think I had like the image of Japan kind of popped up a couple of times like on a map, and I was talking to somebody about going to Japan, maybe taking a trip there or something. But I think that's because I saw this like Korean movie last night, so same shit, you know. And then at another point, I know some stuff happened. Okay, at another point, so this is interesting. It might actually be psychologically significant. Is that I remember sitting on the couch in my old house in the town I grew up in. And I was like thinking something about like 19, like being 19, being the age of 19, something about that. And I think, I mean, this is my best guess. Obviously dreams are pretty arbitrary, but I think it was something like, because I just feel like time has flown since I was 19. I think it has something to do with that. I think it has something to do with the fact I'm 26, I'm gonna be 27 soon, which is fucking crazy. But I think it has something to do with the fact that like, in my life, for some reason, at like around 19, 20 is when time really started to pick up and fly really fast, around the age of 19 and 20. And I do think, I'm not confident about this, but I do think maybe there was something there, you know, that could be somewhat significant. But yeah, something about being the age of 19. I was like sitting on my couch, thinking on the old couch in my childhood home, thinking about being like the age of 19 or something. And then what else happened? So I kept having these false awakenings where I would, you know, think I woke up out of the dream, but I'm still in the dream. And a lot of the time I would wake up on the sofa of the futon that was in my family room in my childhood house I grew up in. So that happened like 3 times. Also, I kept kind of just like spawning in the basement of the house I grew up in. And then when I was in the basement, again, I keep having these things that are like, I'm not sure I'm in a dream. Like, it doesn't register I'm in a dream, but for some reason I gain like half lucidity even though I'm not in a dream. But so I just became like mindful basically. Basically, like I'm in a dream, I become mindful. So I was in the basement of my childhood home, and I sort of became mindful. And when I became mindful, you know, things kind of started to clear up a little bit in terms of like images of what stuff looked like. It's not as foggy and like bleeding into one another. So yeah, I kind of became mindful when I was in there. Or whatever, and I just remember looking around and seeing all like the white carpet and the yellow walls, and it was all like a lot clearer when I became mindful. But so yeah, I kept spawning into there. Man, what else? I think there was something else, a couple other things I thought that like happened, man, but I forget. But I do think that being 19, I think there was something there, man. I think something about like, yeah, just life. Just time really flew after 19 for me. I think maybe my brain's like telling me like, holy shit, you really are this old, and time really did go that fast. But I think I was thinking about that before I fell asleep last night, so that could be part of it. Yeah. So that's all I can remember for now, but I know there was also some more significant stuff that happened. The main thing was like the 19. Oh, and then again, I had another point where I wasn't aware that I was in a dream, but I kind of just became like mindful and looked around and everything. And so that happened. Maybe I did become somewhat lucid. I did become aware I was dreaming to a degree. But so when that happened, I was in maybe a church basement, like a church, you know how they have like basketball courts and stuff in the basement usually, like a church basement with some basketball courts. Maybe I was at like, I did this thing called like Awana, which was like basically like a youth group thing. So maybe I kind of spawned into like a church basement of this youth group thing. And yeah, that was the other one. So the significant thing I think was the being 19. I do think my brain was somewhat telling me like maybe I'm not like fully aware that much time has passed. You know how like I can tell you, you know, there's a trillion stars in the galaxy, and you can know rationally what that is, but you're not gonna understand the number a trillion. You know, like you can understand the number 5, like 5 apples, you can understand that, or even 10 or 20, you can kind of understand that. But when I say a number like a trillion, it's hard for you to like fathom it, you know. And I think maybe the 19 thing was like my brain trying to make me like fathom how old I am now, you know. But yeah, that's it for my dreams today. It is February 16th, so thank you for checking out my dream journal, guys.